Little microphone. Ah, you're there. I'm almost ready and just need to find better music. My EC is not working. What are you doing? Good. Oh,
Greetings.
greetings, gentlemen.
You hear me?
Are evil man? Not sure. Yes, I hear you.
Or the lively men? How are you?
Good. Despite my sick voice, I'm very good, in fact.
That's good. That's great to hear. You'll be well soon. Yeah, take it easy.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Great, man. Great.
I must be a sick person. Oh, hi.
It's good. Yo, what's up, Bio? Bro, I did more research actually into this, like the vaccines and stuff. You know, there's a phenomenon. It's actually well known in the vaccine community. It's called immune imprinting. Basically, if you take a vaccine, the same one multiple times, you're training your body to only react to that one thing, like the spike protein that's in the vaccine, and ignore everything else. So, yeah, now you know. Now you know. So, but don't worry.
Let me just finish setuping.
Did you get that cat? Did your boyfriend get the cat? No?
Okay, so Twitter.
Did you get the cat or not?
One second, I'm setuping the stream.
Alright, setuping the stream.
Your
biocrowd was good, bro.
Hi Twitter, you already the fastest. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I every time I open my I need to find better music. That's just annoying. Let me just change this. You don't hear it, but it sucks.
Yeah, I hear it's like
no, that was me.
I can hear on the stream.
Okay.
No, I can hear myself now. Okay.
No, I found lame music, but it's better lame music that suck music. You know. Like,
yeah.
I mean, sucks like what you put on your feet. Haha.
Yeah, funny, eh? I was gonna say socks or.
How are you doing, Bayo Cryo?
Yeah, I've been working on a motorcycle.
What have you been working on?
I'm trying to model a motorcycle.
Wow, nice.
Special motorcycle before racing. Assault class.
Okay, so sorry for waiting. Hi, people from Twitter. There's no one in YouTube, I think, and Twitch. Oh, I need to connect. Anyway, you can write comments on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube as usual. So this is Creator Sunday Stream. I'm Denevro from Somnium Space community, and every Sunday we do some creative stuff and sometimes some crazy stuff. I'm sorry about that. I enjoy developing, I enjoy art, I enjoy 3D modeling, 3D design. Sometimes I show you things too complicated, I apologize. I'm gonna switch my screen. Okay. I'm still slow, even after all this time. Boom. This time I won't forget my main screen. Good. Okay, so I did not plan anything today. I can ask people in Discord chat if they have any suggestion. Yeah, it's It was a question.
Can we do stuff in Blender?
Yeah,
Can
sure.
can we make a chain in Blender?
So a chain?
Yeah, like a chain, like a wearable chain. Cause like I want to make a chain.
But you have
I was
already
gonna
one chain?
Yeah, but I want to make one myself. I didn't make that chain. You know
Oh, okay,
that
good.
was
Yeah, sure.
cool. Thanks.
That sounds quite simple. Good. This here, no comments. Hi Twitter again. You're my only follower.
I'm your only fan.
Yeah, I
Hey, did
no,
everyone's
don't
only
say
fan?
only fan on stream. You're gonna get mute. Tudum-tsh. So okay, Somnium space is there, blah blah blah. So I was about to say, I know I did not really change my schedule, but I'm really thinking about it. I think the best would be to do 2 or 3 streams per week instead of one big Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking
that's a
about
way better idea.
hosting at 2 on 3 or maybe 1 on 3, I don't know, on my own channel. I'm not sure. I could use my project to bring people to Somnium space and interest them.
Yes, you have access to a wider community.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
people, you know what?
I mean, I will just not feel correct to bring people to Somnium space to my project from the official stream. Okay, so you want a chain. So my first thought on this would be to start with curve. And yeah, so we want a curve. So okay, first of all, when you make a chain in Blender, you want to have an object that repeats itself with the modifier here array. So normally when you have an array, you can apply you can bend it on a curve like this, curve there. So this curve here like this. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I think there's a way to not can we not bend it? Can we not bend it? Maybe I can just yeah, okay, maybe that's a little bit better. That's not easy. I know that I think there's a way to not break the you see it's deformed.
Yeah, but can't you just start with like a chain piece and then like you know,
yeah,
like
but
build
I'm gonna
what is that? Like, what are the circles? Like, what are those? How
it's
did
just
you add
it's
those?
just how can I say it? It's just for having an idea.
Oh,
you see? So
cool.
I'm gonna duplicate this, rotate like this.
So that's array and curve.
Yes. And if I want the chain to go inside, I change the offset here.
Oh, nice.
Boom. See?
Wow.
And if I want to make it more chainy,
Yeah.
sorry, not no intention of saying shiny. What's this music?
Cool.
Oh my god.
How did you do that? Is that like an insect? Control I?
No, I just extract.
Control E? Extrude?
Just E.
Oh yeah, E. Cool. Yeah, I have to jump back.
There your chain.
Under.
Bye, finish.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh,
I'm joking.
nice.
And we need to make it that's too much polygon.
Cool. Wow, bro, that's so awesome.
Want to do this. Then maybe you want to merge this one with this one. Like this. So you select the edge with Alt left click. Alt shift left click who have the two. It's called rings, this.
Yeah.
This all. You press GG. GG. You press GG. GG. GG mean grandpa in Japanese. Good.
Did you press dissolve edges?
Merge. No, I did not dissolve yet, but I could. This one is outdated. Let's not waste time. You know why we have shortcut?
Make to increase our workflow speed.
Yeah, save time. Yeah, basically.
Save time, yeah.
Yeah, save time.
Yeah, bro. I had this like
Don't hear you very well by
professor.
Cryo. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we can't hear you, bro. This guy, he was a professor when he programmed. He never touched the mouse. It was so amazing. But
Yeah,
just,
sometimes I code
so
without
amazing.
mouse. It's
so amazing, bro.
It's old school, but okay. That's not thick enough, right? Thicker.
We needed a thick gold
With
chain,
scale,
you know? It doubles as a weapon too.
Scaling. What are you saying there? You see how I use it's four. Look, I start with 4 side, but now I have 4 side, but in different shape. You see, it approximate better circle or differently. See, smudge, average. You have corner. I think corner angle here is better than face area. Oh no, it's the same. Okay, never mind. Not too bad. Okay, now we want to dissolve. I think I have the loop tool that can help. Loop tool. I have no fucking idea. Oh, that's beautiful. Grish, love, no. Grish. I know there's a way to reduce the amount of. This is in when you 3D design. You always want to have quads. I know. If you hear a 3D designer, they don't just say it. They get obsessed with quads. You have one triangle, they unfriend you. Okay, on your design. I'm not that crazy, but the thing is, when you work only with quad, the loop principle works so good. Let me just remind you what is the loop principle. So a quad is a shape that can be looped very easily. So if I do Control R, I'm splitting in a loop. It's like if you take a knife and you cut it. Loop here, loop. You see? A loop is like if you put a cable, you know, on the round. The corner of the corner of a square is not loop. You see? Because when I arrive to the corner here, I don't know where to go. So that's not a loop. A loop, you always know 100% which direction to go, because if I follow the loop, here there is 2 line, you see?
Yeah.
So it's pair 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm 100% sure to go this way. If there were 5, I will not know. If there were 3, I will not know. If there were 6, it would be easy. It will be me, no, yes, you see? That's loop. You have cylinder that loop well too. Where are you, cylinder? Cylinder loop like hell.
Yo, can you do me a favor? Can you share the screen on Discord? Thank you.
Squeen. Here you enter in a special phase with too much polygons here. Super face. I'm gonna call it a super face. So I can do partial loop. You see here? I know it is a loop, and then I don't know what to do here, so it block. So when I cut, don't loop.
Wow.
Super face. Super face is 5 and more sides. You know, 5 and more sides. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, too much, you know? And you probably have seen in your life one special shape. It's the... let me just extrude this.
The ice cream cone?
This shape. You may think, wait, this must loop. I can see it turn around, you see? No. Because if I cut like this and I go there, I cannot loop, because on the left it's a triangle and on the right it's a quad. That's not... it's impossible to loop. you may ask why they did not make a special rule, because if you add special rule, it's gonna be unpredictable in many situations. So quad on left, quad on the right, you're always gonna have a loop, and you can even make spiral like this. Like you're gonna loop and it's gonna like turn. Anyway, so this is not a loop, but you can loop it. You see here, you do bevel vertices. Now it's loop. You see?
Cool.
This is dissolve. So now it's loop.
Cool. Nice.
Loop.
Loop.
Even if it's not a quad here, if it's not a quad, I can loop the contour. It's very simple. I bevel. Bevel like you take a knife and you chop it. You can bevel this too. This is beveling. There's two things you can bevel. You can bevel corners. So like the middle here. Imagine I have a knife and I cut it. What happens if I cut it? It's gonna look like this, you know, with the knife. And if I take a knife and I bevel all the contour here, it's gonna look like this instead. But since it's a polygon, I could imagine I bevel each corners individually. So this will be bevel vertices. Oh my god, that doesn't look like a bevel. Ugh. Yeah, that's more it. No, never mind. Okay, that's the worst bevel I ever seen. And it's an interesting shape, to be honest, right?
Yeah.
That's an interesting shape.
It looks nice.
An artist could sell this one eat.
Cool, that's fucking, yeah, that looks nice. Look at that. It looks like those sponge cakes. Those in the boxes. It reminds me of.
You do an accident, you're like, oh my god, I'm an artist, I'm gonna sell this. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, exactly.
So what we want here is to reduce the number of rings. So this is a loop because it's a edge. This is a ring because it's like you put your finger on it, it's a ring. Do we have questions? No one there talking to us. Okay. I want to find an automatic way of doing this. The built-in Blender tool are not very good. You have mesh, cleanup, decimate. That's shit. But decimate's not that bad, but it's not intelligent enough for me. But it could be good, in fact, in our case.
It looks fine.
Decimate will reduce. If I do 0.5, it will try to remove 50% of the things. I'm not sure which one. With keeping the shape. Mesh, cleanup, degenerate. I think this one is very dumb. It just merge everything. I have no clue. I never use it. But just remember cleanup. Limited dissolve. I don't like this one. This one don't work at all with cleanup. The limited dissolve, not sure. Is it this one? Yeah, with the angle. This one is just for static object because it tends to create very long triangles.
Like convex objects?
I mean, if you have an avatar, okay, it can make reshape your chest by making like a 1 meter long triangles on it, you know, so it cannot bend anymore.
Oh right.
You know, I split concave face. No. Oh yeah, that's interesting. The concave, the cleanup have so many tools. Split concave face. It's interesting. Split non-planar face. That's interesting too. Merged by distance. That's shit.
I've used this one. I've used that one. I like the one merged by.
What I'm trying to do is to reduce the loops. I wonder if the loop tool can do it. Edge tool, first tool, CT tools, otherwise merged by distance, limited dissolve. No. Flip, no. Triangulate, no. Relax. Relax, man.
Relax. Relax.
Face tool.
Shoot, I'm gonna be AFK. I have to change my
Sure. Away from cake.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some cake.
Away from cake. space. Whoa, what's this? Relax. Relax, man. Left. No. I don't find it. I'm gonna go check on... it's a very interesting thing to know. Maybe unsubdivide could work. Unsubdivide. Nah. Unsubdivide on loop. That's what I want to try. In loop only. Delete edge loop. I mean, the best would be to select all the loops, and like it would be nice to reduce loop reduction. Oh, Sukaran, hi.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I just saw what you showed me. That's scary, man. That's scary. Are you gonna kill people from scaring?
When you said like when you make a mistake and then you think like, yeah, I'm gonna sell it as NFT. So it happened to me.
Yes, sir.
Like he became an airplane, and I can change it back now. Like he's a spaceship.
Do you have an idea of what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to... that's something I want to learn from a long time. Like, imagine here you have a lot of loops, and I want like to divide half or reduce loop. I mean, no, it's a very advanced thing, so... What the... Okay, no thanks. He's trying to squarize here. Okay. Edge loop reduction. Wow. That's interesting. Sorry. Because loop decimate maybe? Don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna do a stream of searching on Google, so that's bad. I'm gonna do it manually. You know, I would like to delete one loop on two. What did you say?
Like you can learn from Google a lot about Blender, so it can be.
But can be very long. You see, I want to dissolve every one loop on two. I've seen tools, but I don't remember. That's sad. Oh, what's this? What are you showing me?
Yeah, it's something I scanned with my friend's iPhone. It's an ashtray and just.
Oh, it's a scan. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
You need to work the normals.
I got this one.
You use a face. Is it painting or it's face? What's the name of it? Face. What are you doing?
I don't know. I actually don't remember how I made it. Like I'm really noob in Blender.
It's shaking
What-
like hell right now. I was
Yeah,
just
what's
wondering.
going on, bro? Did your computer freeze up?
Doing it.
It's a feature. Okay, so I'm reducing I'm reducing again. Ding ding dong. Wilson!
Wilson!
Wilson,
Greetings!
burn my haze.
Oh, nice!
Yeah,
Bro,
I was trying to find a way of doing this automatically, but I don't remember which tool can do it, you know? Like you want to remove only loops.
isn't it edge loops?
I mean,
loop tools? There's
I'm not sure. Oh, he's gone. Okay. I guess you got it, so change.
Honestly, I would have done it like a different way, bro. I would have started with a prefab and then just chained it. It looks a bit like busted up, like a rusted chain. Because
I
of like all
mean, the
the
polygon is very low right now. I
What's it
understand,
at?
but what?
What's the polygon count in the statistics of this chain?
The 3000.
3,000?
Yes.
That's a lot for a chain, don't you think?
I mean, you could make a blockchain. It would be less polygons.
Yeah, good idea. Let's start a blockchain. I think everyone should start a blockchain. I think that's how we'll all free ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone who has a business, if the business has a currency, right? Think about it. Nobody Yeah, man, that's the solution.
I'm working on a market off-chain, to be honest.
yeah, we need that, man. There's a lot of stigma in the, in the crypto space, and it's good what you're doing.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm not a chain artist, but that's look like something. Let's just add ray tracing and say, wow. No?
Cool.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot. Cycle.
Let's do it, ray tracing.
And you add a modifier of subdivide. There. Boom.
With the chain.
There, that's a chain. Clean chain. And 200,000 polygons.
Nice.
If you add ray tracing to anything, you look like a professional,
Yeah, why?
Because it's ray tracing. Don't you think? Okay, let's sell this one it.
I think a professional
use ray tracing.
He prioritizes performance. So you see an amateur looks for that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
I've seen a lot of artists making stuff impossible to import in games.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Because it's so it's without judging, it's just incredibly heavy. Interesting. I never used a simple modifier. Really
looks
something
nice.
Different. You see the corners are different
there.
Yeah. I wonder how it look. Whoa. Stop. Wanna see it. Oh, I can't. Why? That's weird. Apply. Ah, that's why. Got it. Because one thing you can learn today, if you don't know, is it's not because let me restart. Adding polygons to an object is not necessarily just for having it's not just for the structural, Let me just show you an example. Okay, I'm just gonna delete everything. I'm fine with the chain, Imagine you have a plane, okay? If I subdivide it and I don't do anything structural, it's like wasting polygons, right? You would say.
Yeah.
But in the real life, it's more complicated than this. Let's do a cube. It's the best example. Subdivide. Yeah. So what I was about to say is that normal map are limited because of the number of edge you have and vertices. But adding intelligently triangles or subdivision can improve a lot your normals, how they look. If you have a split edge like this, very sharp edge, sorry, it's not gonna make any change. But imagine I have an object that is merged like this, you see? Here the normals don't understand what to do because there's just not enough geometry to approximate nice normals. But if I add subdivision surface, simple, you see here what happened? It's because you have more normals to approximate the you have more geometry to approximate. If you apply here, you will see, you see here, normal can be applied differently here, and it's not just for normals that it's useful. I'm not saying to use this technique because I kind of me too think it's a waste, but in some case it's very interesting to add very little geometry just to tweak the normals like this, for example.
Wow.
Because here I have smooth edge, you see? I could have done this too, look. Let's redo it the same way but more intelligently. So imagine I want to do the same thing. Merge. Sorry, that's not it at all. Alt N, merge, okay. But with less polygon possible. So I will do this, I will do that, I will do this again, I will do that, and this, and that. There. So I have the same result with very few polygons. You see how adding geometry can improve the normals? So here, I understand it's very similar to beveling, without beveling. So it would be much more easier to just bevel. So like, so edge, right click, bevel edge, and with one subdivision. So it's very similar to this. Not exactly, but it's similar. It even takes less polygons, but it's just an example of. It's just an example to explain that geometry is not just for having a surface with a different shape, you know? Adding geometry is not just to add shape. It improves a lot the normals. And that's not just it. I use a new technique recently to bake ambient occlusion, or shadow corner, like I call it.
Cool.
Look, imagine this shape. I want to bake the shadow corners. So I'm gonna go flat, vertex. I want to bake the shadow corners. I use Vertex paint. So let's go here on baking. Then I go on ambient occlusion, target. I'm gonna go vertex color. So I can bake the. Hey, damn it. Let's select it first. What do you want? No vertex color. Okay, somehow there's no vertex color. So I just need to add it. Vertex color. So why it's not enabled by default. Good. So here you have an ambient occlusion bake in the vertex color. That's way much. In every case, it's more efficient than a texture.
Wait, can you just run through that again? Okay, you went vertex color and then please.
So first of all, I go and First of all, I make sure I have vertex color here, because you can have multiple one, but never use more than one because Unity don't support more vertex color. You see, it's like UV maps, vertex color. You can have multiple UV maps and multiple vertex color in Blender, but in Unity you support only like 8 UV maps and 1 vertex color. So then you go on baking cycle GPU, and you go on bake here, ambient occlusion, and the target is vertex color instead of texture. So here you have, there is very huge advantage of this. First of all, you won't have noise in Unity because you have to I mean, you know it. You need to compress your textures. So ambient occlusion, when you have compression, is like adding noise, and it's not very. It can be disturbing. And the vertex color technique is mathematically very sharp and perfect. You see, both techniques are good on this way. Maybe you can even combine the two techniques, you know, with a specific shader. So yeah, but there is limitation because it's limited to put one color per vertex or per dots, you know. So if you have a complex geometry or two objects close one to each other, imagine I have this case, okay, here. I'm gonna duplicate this, small, extrude, only white here. You see, I have this case here. Let me just make sure it's recalculate outside and it's split. Good. So what happened if I have, stop that. Yeah. Okay, in this case, you know, in this case, you would like to bake ambient occlusion on this corner here. You see, because there's a corner. You want to have shadow corner here. But how would you paint it? There's no vertex. So what's gonna happen, do you think?
You would cut the geometry.
It's just white. Exactly. So you have two options. Either way, you create. I could use inset face, for example. You make sure it's inside the other, not outside. Okay, that's one of the ways of doing bake. Now it's more realistic. Maybe it needs some tweaking, but
oh, this is amazing, bro.
that's one of the ways. Or the other way that take less geometry is to, in fact, I'm just gonna reset what I did. The other way would be to never have two objects close to each other that are not merged together. So there is a technique. No, I'm not. I did not went back enough. Okay, one technique is to. I think it's intersect. Intersect. Let me just find it. You can in edit mode. You can. No, maybe it's edge. Yes, got it. Okay, so F3, intersect, Boolean. It's similar to Boolean operation in the modifier, but in the edit mode. I did not finish, it did not work. So intersect, Boolean. What I want is intersect, no, union. Yeah, fast and exact. I'm not sure which one is the best, but you're gonna see what happened. So now the two objects, I can hide this part. You see, they have merged together.
Yeah.
It's 100% successful because both object was they was manifold. Do you know what is a manifold object?
No.
Imagine you have a sphere, okay?
Okay.
And imagine you reshape a sphere into any imaginable object. You can reshape a sphere to this. So you have to like split, like you have to shape every part of the sphere to have corners and stuff. So you can imagine that this object is in every direction you could move, and it will make a circle. You see, it's very hard to explain, but it's like a wrapping.
Oh.
This object is a perfect wrapping.
Okay.
I can show you example of bad wrapping. So example, inset face. If I delete this face. Okay, so a sphere could never be like this object here because there's a hole inside it, and it's a sphere there's no hole nowhere. You see? So a sphere cannot approximate this. So this is non-manifold.
Okay.
I mean, it's a mathematical theory. I'm not gonna explain it, but maybe there's some image that, oh my god, fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe I say it wrong. Maybe I don't say it
Cool.
correctly.
Look, a manifold shape.
Me...
Is that it? Hyperbolic crochet?
Okay, let me just. You have something like select, More or less by thread, by loops. Let me just find it. Maybe it's edge. Select. Manifold. Yeah, that's it. Non-manifold. So when you select non-manifold, you see here this edge is not correct. It's not manifold. It means it's not an infinite wrapping. So you go in every direction and you are. It's very hard to know.
So it'll select all the holes.
Another way to imagine a manifold shape is take a knife, cut a plane, okay, in any imaginable direction in this shape, okay, and you will always end up with one or more circles. You see, here you have one circles, here you have one big that have a weird shape, you see, but if you end up with a shape that look like a U, like here it stop here, for example, so it's make like a U, not a full loop. You know the shape is not manifold. Another thing that's not manifold, it will be very good example is this shape is not manifold because look, we'll select by thread, no manifold. You see, this is like, what the fuck is this? It doesn't follow the manifold theory. But you may ask, what the fuck is a manifold and why? Okay. Oh my god, it looked like a washing machine. Wait, son, we are doing washing machine today.
It's the laundry day.
It
is laundry day.
And it's the down, patang, pakang. Pakang. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. But this is a super non-manifold here. There's multiple. So first of all, if you have a non-manifold shape, every Boolean operation won't work. And it's the same for what I just said sooner. Like I said, you cannot this cannot be converted to a sphere if you take any part and you like move it. It's very hard to explain. Here. Those are manifold shapes, but that's more only mathematical by say. Oh, this is a manifold manifold. Wow. I don't remember the exact area here. Look. You see those two boxes?
Manifold.
Those two boxes here touched by one point, and the point one will be non-manifold. If you have the two boxes one side of each other, it will be two manifold. This one is not. I wonder if there is a way of explaining it. I know it looked like a stupid theory that they have no meaning, but
no, it makes sense. It's very interesting.
But the main reason is if I cut it with a knife in every direction, it's gonna make only circles. Because I mean, let me explain it in a different way. A manifold object, you could imagine it's a wrap, and inside there is solid. You see what I mean? So this one I could say, oh, it's a solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this one here cannot be a solid because there's a hole inside it. So I know it's an infinite flat object. This one could be a solid. This one could not. So
you said it was an infinite flat object?
Yeah, so it means that the more approximation you can have of something real will be like a box, you see? A box that's empty inside. So those edges are like flat. They have no thickness. But this one can approximate a solid. So where I'm gonna go with all this is that if you have two solids that touch each other, you can do Boolean operation. So you can combine solid, and you can have the intersect solid, or you can have one solid can punch a hole inside the other, and the result will always be a manifold. If you do any Boolean operation, the result will always be a manifold. This one, I don't understand. Is the solid inside, outside? Where's the solid inside it? You know, I cannot understand. So it's not a manifold because I cannot say without any doubt that it's a solid, since like since
The washing machine.
washing machine theory, you know. So what I was saying with all this is that if you have even in the vertex even in the edit mode, if you have two objects that are solid, you can do Boolean operation. So let me select those two, F3, intersect Boolean. So I could do difference, union, and the section. What the fuck happened? Exact. I guess that's broken. So let me just make sure I did not break something. I don't master 100% this thing. Normally
genius,
I should be able to combine them. So intersect. No, don't want. Intersect. Okay, I'm just gonna do a middle finger for him right now. Create outside. Split.
But union. Does union work? Do they become
no, they
one?
do nothing.
No? What's going on?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
Maybe
it's not a manifold, bro. It's not a manifold.
Maybe.
Think about
but
it.
You can
Yeah,
always
it's
do
not a
the
manifold.
selecting, but somehow it was broken.
It's because that other one wasn't a manifold. What the heck? This
What
one
happened
doesn't work
inside?
either.
Oh, this is okay. Union
This
Union is working because the inside disappear. Difference.
What's going
I think
on?
it's just
Shouldn't it make a
because I think that's just because.
Oh, you selected
okay,
both.
yeah, got it.
Yeah.
I just did not select correctly. So you see here, it's too solid, so I can understand
Cool.
where is the solid, so I can remove a solid from the other. So what I was saying with all this is that when you always work with manifold, or at least as much as possible, you have access to both the Boolean operation. Easy. And
cool. Manifold.
but it's not that bad if you don't. Imagine I remove this face here and this face here. So Boolean operation will be not working. So I can use the fast mode, I think. The fast mode will. What the fuck is this?
Couldn't you cut if you selected one and then did like a difference?
No, it's if it's depend which operation you do. Which one was it? Exact or fast? I know one work. Oh yeah, okay. It's still working, but it don't know which since there's no volume, it don't know which one to delete. So it's just merging it. So I can still delete the face myself. See?
Nice.
I can still delete the face, and then I have what I want. So it's just one extra step. Okay, let's return to our main things. So what I was saying is that if you have two objects like this in your game and you want to bake the shadow corners, you can imagine. We are gonna suppose they are not volume because in the real life we don't work always with volume, you know. I mean, if I have a wall that is a combination of multiple planes, I'm like, that's not a volume. So instead I can do intersection, union, whatever, blah blah blah. Then I delete extra face. I can also let them there, but I don't like to have face that are never shown, you know. That's wasting. Because if you have a little if you have a shader that is a little heavy and you have a big face hidden, it's like wasting your GPU, you know. So here, let's rebake the Vertex paint. Okay, let's bake Vertex paint. Let's bake shadow corners. Okay, here I went to the thingy. I'm gonna thingy it. Okay, so you see here the thing is working because I have geometry to paint on it. And if I want, sometime I add a little bit of geometry just to improve the ambient occlusion, but not too much. You know, I don't think that's heavy because the triangles are still very big. I think it's more about the size of the triangle than anything at the end. See
I
here,
thought you said it was the amount of triangles in a pixel, right?
It's more complex than that. In fact, it's a combination of a lot of factors.
Cool.
So you see here.
Nice. That's beautiful, bro.
Oh my god, what's this? Yeah, sometimes you have some weird thing happening. It's like, what the fuck? You calculate outside sometime. Yeah, there's something here you don't like. You see, that's not that easy to do. I got this problem multiple times. Okay. Because it's more about the corners. By adding geometry in the corners, I'm gonna probably be closer to the real, to the I mean, it's an approximation of ambient occlusion, as you can understand, because I don't have enough pixels. So if I add geometry, it's gonna be closer to the real thing. But I add a lot right now. Maybe I can put less, but like I said, it's not very big triangles, so it should not be heavy. Because I can show you my own theory very fast. So imagine a graph, okay, here, and on one side you have GPU load. Okay. Oh my god, that's small. Oh my god, that's big.
GPU load. Like a
GPU load and okay, no, that's not correct. Okay, that will be polygon count. Okay, that's more the graph. Polygon count. Okay, and on the texture density. Okay. I'm trying to make my thing. Because the problem is it's more like a 3D graph, in fact. That's why it's more like a 3D graph. You have like it's a very simple simplification. It's completely not accurate, but you will understand what I mean by this. So, and I have GPU. Good. So my point is, I'm gonna make two curves, one red, one the other. So imagine polygon count, okay? So this axis is the polygon count, and this one is the GPU load. So it may look like something like this. You know, at some point you have so many polygons that it's exponential. It's not a linear equation, you know. So imagine I'm here and I'm adding polygons, okay? And it's like it doesn't even affect nothing because the total count is just too low, okay? You know what I mean? But at some point, too much polygons. I mean, what I'm gonna say, there is a sweet spot when you do a game. Having less polygons is kind of a waste, and having two more is a waste too. Not a waste, but it's not efficient because there is always a sweet spot, and it's the same for the texture. Let me just make sure I'm not screwing it up. Imagine this. There's a sweet spot there too. And there is also a combination of those two sweet spots. I'm not sure where it is. What I mean is, you cannot exchange polygon for texture. I mean, saying, oh, I'm gonna have twice less polygon to have twice more texture. That doesn't work like this. Yeah. Because it's not linear. So the thing is, a GPU is optimized for one situation. Imagine the green area here, okay? A GPU is optimized to have this amount of polygons and this amount of texture. You cannot replace one for the other because imagine your kitchen, okay? You have a limited amount of place and you have one sink, one refrigerator, and one oven, okay? So I cannot imagine one person cut the vegetable and the other is cooking. You know, you cannot say, "Oh, I'm gonna cook twice faster by having 2 person on the oven," but you still
Right.
have only one oven. You see, and no one is gonna cut the vegetable because and the place is gonna be empty on the vegetable place. What I'm saying is that a GPU is like a kitchen. It's a big entity with a lot of things inside it. So the
So
best
the
way.
heaviest,
So
the
to have,
heaviest,
yeah, go it.
yeah, the heaviest on the GPU are the polygons or the textures.
That's the thing. It's a sweet spot of the two together.
But like,
What I mean is that
true.
for if you want imagine and we reset this. Oh damn it! Shut up. Imagine there is here. It's very hard to do. Okay. Imagine quality here. Okay.
Okay.
The final quality, like visual, like wow, the wow. Okay. That's because that's what we work on GPU. It's for the wow, and the GPU load. Okay. If you make a complete game with just polygons, okay, no texture, just polygons. Just polygons have a limit on the wow. You know what I mean? Because you something's missing. So it's gonna be, damn it, where's my fucking pen? It's gonna be like something like this. Even if I add a lot of polygons, the wow don't increase that much, you know? Because at some point it's just like there's something's missing. And the GPU load just keep increasing, but the wow don't increase that much. But if you use a balanced quantity of polygon and texture, the wow is gonna look like this. Because
So the wow can go exponentially if you do it like that.
No, it's never gonna go exponentially because every time you add something to the wow, it's heavier on the GPU. You see?
Oh, so it reaches like a point.
Polygon
alone.
Polygon alone have a limit on the wow. Texture alone have a limit on the wow. If I use 8K texture on everything, there will be something missing because it's gonna look like squarey everywhere. Like Minecraft with too high texture. It just feel wrong. You see? So it look like this. GPU load is super high because the GPU is not balanced to treat that much texture. You see? It's just not meant to do that. But if I use half less texture and in interesting polygons, it's gonna look like this here. You see? It's a balance. So what I'm saying, imagine the red, it's too much polygons. The yellow is too much texture. You see? And the green will be the sweet spot of both. If I have too much triangles versus texture, it's gonna look like this because it's not the sweet spot still. That's what I mean. In 3D, it's always sweet spots between. For example, imagine I say, oh wait, I'm gonna have no texture. Everything's gonna be procedural. So you may end up like this too. Because it will be so heavy that the wow will never go up enough. You know what I mean? The GPU load will just be very high because procedural texture is kind of heavy. The more complex they are, the more heavy. It's very heavy to do procedural texture. Any complex shader is heavy. Having bloom, having everything. When you combine a balance of everything, yes, the GPU load is gonna be higher. But maybe at the end, your wow curve is gonna be the most efficient. You know what I mean? So the less GPU load for the more wow. That's what you want. So it's always a balance of everything. And sometimes removing ambient occlusion will increase more the wow that it will reduce the GPU load. You see what I mean?
Yes.
And sometimes having less FPS is more wow than having better graphics. Sometimes low FPS and better graphics is more wow than more FPS but less graphic. You see? This is a balance too, the frame rate and the quality. Sometimes that's personal. That's the personal part. Some people will prefer frame rate. Some other people will prefer like wow, you know.
Yeah.
That's the impression. It's the third dimension of this graph. It's the impression of wow.
Nice.
but you see what I mean.
Yeah.
If I recap all this, it's always a sweet spot. And this sweet spot is very hard to find, I would say. the
Eternal
rule of
journey
the
of
thumb
life.
is if your pixels are close to 1 millimeter, start to ask questions. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And if you have 1 million polygons for I don't know, a ball on the ground, start
you
to ask
should,
the question. You know what I mean?
Start thinking about your life.
It's a balance. And in Unity we have a beautiful LOD system that is very fast, that we should use more. For example, maybe we can go on this for the next part of the stream. LOD system. You probably know a little about it, right?
Yeah, I use them. They're great.
We can recap
They're great
a
for
little.
like forests and stuff. It's awesome.
I made columns recently for my house. Pillars with 3
Really?
LODs on it.
Cool. That's impressive. I can't wait to see them.
You don't saw it yet. Don't say it's impressive. Incredi
I'm trying to be
house.
nice.
This is for my Incredi house project.
Oh, this is cool, bro.
So it's 2-piece. Everything I do is modular. So this
Oh
is the
wow, you set them up in here.
this is
That's
the
awesome.
this is the high quality of the pillar. This is 1 piece. There is 2, like this one and this one. This is the high quality with everything beveled and stuff. Very beautiful. I did not bake AO, to be honest. Maybe I could, but doesn't matter. We could check how it would look like, just for fun. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Just for fun. Just bake AO.
Let's do it.
Here, let's make sure we have vertex colors. I'm always lost here. Vertex color good. GPU compute. Bake. Where are you, bake? There.
The heck?
Do you know why it do that? I'm testing you.
What?
Do you know why?
Why?
Look here. I should disable everything for rendering, but not this one.
Oh,
There.
I know why. Because of the bake type. Because you have the wrong bake type. Aren't supposed to, or you're trying to actually bake ambient.
No, the bake type is good.
You're
It's
trying
just
to-
because
yeah.
there were other objects interacting, and since and sadly, since it's there's a modifier on it, it doesn't bake well.
Oh.
I could apply it. It would be fine. It's weird. It's still weird. Let's apply it just for fun. I mean, this I don't really mind applying the array modifier because this one is applying easily. Okay, everything is merged, everything is fine, good. So now it should be good. Let's bake. What's wrong? Ah, now it's better. Not perfect, to be honest. There's some tweaking. So, is it better with or without? I'm not sure. There is some tweaking with the. Pretty sure everything is outside calculated. You know, ambient occlusion don't bake well if you have too narrow polygons. You see here the triangle is super narrow. It's long, and some effects are bad. It's the same for normals. Normals don't work very well when you have two narrow triangles like this, super long and super thin on one side. So maybe cheating will do the tricks here like this. Let's try just for fun. Nope. Oh yeah, because it's a square. It's this one, I think. Hey, you. Where were you baking? Yeah, you see?
Cool.
Unnarrow
Wow.
it. Still not
Nice.
perfect. This will need some work. I mean, I don't want to apply it. So my LODs. So I have the high quality one, medium, with less polygon, no bevel, and the low. So if you're far, it looks like something similar. So 68 polygons, 800 and 1.7k. I think they are reasonable amount.
This is the high. This is what you would see when you get close to it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What do you see when you're far? Like you just see like a.
You're gonna see here in my
Oh,
sample
you already
house.
have it.
Yeah. This house looks stupid. It's all
No, it
parts
looks
like
great,
this.
bro.
I mean, it's all parts like this. You know, it's very optimized. I'm not putting triangles where it's not used. All my corners look like this. This is for preventing having cracks.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can see cracks between the tile. Not want to see that. So here it look very very natural. Look, I made this facial shader. Scaling it don't
Wow,
stretch
cool.
the texture.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, and one thing I'm very proud of this house is outside and inside are different part. You know what this means?
Yeah.
Do you know what this means?
Yeah, you said you had different
Reflection probe outside and reflection probe inside.
How did you do that?
It's very
Is there
simple.
like a trick, or you just put
No,
like
no,
a
it's very simple. First of all, let's find the outside one. Oh my god, so many stuff here. Yeah, reflection probe. Why are you disabled? Oh yeah, this is my test reflection probe. I had so many problems. Outside, got it. So one reflection probe here. Then, okay, let's look at this. It's very easy. You select a bunch of object, and you drag and drop the you drag and drop the reflection probe here. Probes, and it's gonna have only one. You see? So this space have only one reflection probe, and if I go inside, this one have only one. It's the inside one. So this surface here.
Nice.
You can see it from the floor here.
Yeah, cool.
But the problem you have normally with those kind of things is that your outside surface have the inside reflection probe, and it very look wrong. But in this case here, the outside surface have the outside reflection probe. You can slightly see it here. It's blue.
Cool. So you just select. So you have two reflection probes, one inside and one outside. On the
Yes.
reflection probe, you're setting the things that you wanted to actually reflect as the anchor, and that's it, right?
I use box projection here since inside is a box.
Okay, cool.
The area don't really matter. Here the area represents the reflection. The area don't matter because I manually select the reflection probe. Normally the reflection probe is automatically select, and in this case, if I select the ground, you see three reflection probe here. That's not good. It may be a little. Oh yeah, but you have weight 100. Yeah, that's good. So
awesome, bro. Very cool.
Yeah. So but don't remember, this will be the exact same rules if you have multiple rooms. So what I do is here there's room 1. What the fuck? Room 1.
Oh, it's gonna help me so much. Thank you.
Room 1 will have one reflection probe. Room 2 have one reflection probe too, and outside have one. So every room have its own reflection probe, and they are baked real time once.
Yeah.
You could put like 10 seconds, whatever, doesn't matter. I'll face at once. Use your face. Doesn't matter. It's 64. I just decide 64 was a good number.
Cool. The pillars look awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Look at them.
Maybe I can just copy paste and see outside. It's the LOD system is not. I kind of half like it. You look, there is still the inside reflection probe on it. So
yeah.
I kind of half like the LOD system because it's based on the size of the object on the screen. So look here. The LOD system switch at 33%. So if the total object, because the LOD system is only total object, even if it's piece, if the total object is less than 33% of the screen, it switched to the LOD 1. Wait, what happened? He switched from 0 to 14%. That's broken. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I don't have the right one selected. There. No.
I think you moved it out of the LOD. Just the object
I think
itself.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
what happened. I'm just gonna do Control Z.
Yeah, do it.
I should not break this scene. It's in nice decay. I'm just stupid. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's
Very
happened
dumb.
to me,
I'm dumb.
bro.
I'm dumb. I'm dumb.
It's
Okay.
happened
And
to
look
me.
at this. I add fake shadow here. Shadow
Yeah,
plane
that's so awesome.
to fake the ambient. I don't use screen space ambient occlusion. I just feel that I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna add a setting on my tablet, you know. Okay, good. So yeah, here it's the LOD 0. You can see it. Then call LOD 0, LOD 1. It's kind of natural transition.
Does using like that fade stuff do anything? I played around with it, but
You need to implement it in the in your shader, because normally how fade work, it dissolve both LODs with a very fast way. It use like on and off pixels. You know what I mean?
oh, on and off pixels are.
I think it's
all
called
pixels on and off.
It's opaque transparency.
Opaque transparency. Oh, opaque transparency.
I'm
What
trying
the
to
hell?
find it.
Is that like two things in one?
I know. I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
that-
Imagine you want to do something transparent, but without transparency. So what you do is you have an algorithm that disables pixels in percentage, depending on the transparency.
Cool.
I don't remember the name. I think it's I don't remember. You apply a mask at screen space normally, and it dissolve it, and that's you probably seen that in many games. It's very not rare. Or shadows. You often do see that on shadows.
Yeah, it's like this like
It's like dots on
grainy
the
effect.
shadows.
Yeah, it's like a grainy effect.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
you're-
This is more efficient than alpha. Way
Cool.
more efficient. Alpha is very heavy somehow. I'm not sure why. For example, in my world, I had too much clouds, on because I'm gonna teach you something about alpha here. That
What's
people
alpha?
don't- transparency. It's
Oh,
just
alpha
called, it's
transparency,
called
yeah.
alpha. Okay.
Yeah,
Here
nice.
I'm gonna use transparency in blend in paint. So let's go for it. Okay. So if it's correct, okay, it's working. So how it really work for rendering transparency? In fact, it's how to do work at all. Every time you have a surface, it render every surface one after the other. So if you have an object that's for surface, it's gonna render it one by one like this. You see, nothing very new. But imagine I have a pile of paper in game, okay? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a pile of 200 papers, okay? Just for fun. And very suddenly you come close to it and you look at it. And you're like, whoa, the FPS drop. Because you have, imagine you are close to the paper pile with your camera and it looked like this. 1 paper, 2 paper, 3 paper rendering, 4 paper rendering, 5 paper rendering. It's rendering on all your screen, every sheet of paper. You see what I mean? That's a lot of process. Even a simple shader, the simplest one, after a few hundred, it starts to be heavy. You see? It's like rendering. That's why trees are very heavy. Trees is a lot. A normal 3D object, if you will make it half transparent, it will be few polygons in front of the others. Imagine an avatar, okay? An avatar, you mostly have 1 or 2 time rendering is whole surface, because you have on the I don't know, if you put your hand behind your body, the hand is still rendered, because the body is rendered in front of it because of the 3D. If something is not seen, it's still rendered. So you need tricks. You see, you need tricks. That's called occlusion system, but that's another story. Occlusion system means that if something is completely hidden, disable it. That's why Somnium use a graphical dynamic occlusion system, whatever. I don't really like it. I disable it in Word. You remember when you use cameras that make stuff disappeared?
Yeah.
That's because of that. The occlusion system was completely crazy. So, like I said, transparency.
So then, like, you were saying that if I have a lot of trees that have a lot of
Leaves.
transparency, right?
Yeah.
Leaves, you
Leaves
know, like,
is normal shape. Don't have a lot of render one of each others. For example, my house here maybe have I don't know, in average 4 time rendering per pixel. You know, there's this face, then there's this. That this is behind it, this is behind it, this is behind it. Okay, maybe more than 2, maybe 10. Okay, in average 5 in average. But if I have leaves, it can go very fast. 100. You see here, for example, there's a lot of leaves behind the others. And if I have a tree, it's the worst thing to render. Tree is very heavy.
so how can you solve this? Like, how can you, is there like
First, you can
do?
use LODs that transform the tree into something similar with 1 or 2 face. Sometimes
And without the transparency.
you can still have transparency. It's not that bad. And remember, this is not transparent here. Here it's mask. It's different. This is opaque transparency because it's on or off. So this is not necessarily heavy to render here. And this one is 3 here. It won't cause alpha problems because it's 100% on or off. So there won't be like weird things happening if it's in front of clouds, if it's in front of water. But if I use most of the time, try to use mask. It's the best way. Because,
like, what's mask? Can you show me where I can like select mask?
Yeah, you see here, if I go very close, it's very edgy, you know.
Yeah, is it like in the material, you know, where you click OK?
Yeah. Well, just let me finish.
Okay.
And nice thing is, because of how pixels are interpolated together, it kind of make a nice line instead of pixels. Okay, so let's go to this shader here. Maybe we have it. No, it's not a standard shader. We need a standard shader. Okay, this one is standard. So opaque, cutout. Yeah, cutout. It's the one. Mask cutout is similar.
Cool.
Cutout. Fade cutout is very fast. Fade is I'm not able to tell you if transparency is very heavy by itself. I'm not sure. But what is sure is if you have a lot of render in front of the others, it starts to be heavy. Like my clouds, like that you see, the default clouds, I reduce from 5 times the number of clouds. I want maximum like 2 clouds, one on the top of the others, and not 5 or 10, because that's a lot of process. So sometimes we don't think about it. We do a lot of leaves, and we like, well, there's not that much polygons, but you know, with 1000 polygons, I can make you lag, or I can make you not even know that's there. You know,
Yeah,
it's about the size of polygons. Yeah. Look at this, okay? I'm gonna show you two examples of 1000 polygon, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So subdivide. Oh, damn it, stupid. Let's go faster. Like big modifier. So subdivision surface, simple. So I want 1000. And let's be crazy, okay? 10,000. Oh, it's maximum. Okay, 8,000, whatever, doesn't care. So this is 8,000 polygons, right? 8,000.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make another shape of 8,000 polygon. And your exam is to tell me which one is the harder to render, okay?
Okay.
Hey, you stupid. Cool. Oh, it's lagging.
Why is it lagging?
I think it's answering to my own question, in fact.
Yeah. It's the...
Oh, wait. I know why. Because there's no thickness, so I should use constant offset instead.
Huh. Cool.
Okay, that's what I want to see. Oh, even lower. Okay, both.
Oh, what
you know
the heck?
what?
You got a bunch of planes on top of each
Okay,
other?
so both of them have 8,000 polygons. Okay,
Hmm.
but why Fender is lagging like hell? Let's apply it. Okay. Okay. We both have 8,000
But-
polygon. Okay. This one have 8,000. This one have 8,000.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going? Blender is lagging. Did you ever see
Yeah.
Blender lagging with no shader, no texture, and 8,000 polygons?
It's crazy, bro.
Did you ever saw? And look, I'm going closer, and I have 1 FPS now. And if I go far, I'm fine. You see?
Huh.
So I think I think you see what I mean by in front of each other.
Yeah.
The closer I am, the more surfaces render 8,000 times. That's a lot. And here it's probably as heavy as having nothing.
Wow.
It's like this is stupid to render. But like I said
Wow.
sooner, it's if 8,000 polygon is the size of 1 pixel, of course it's a little heavy, maybe not that much, but it's not very efficient. So you want to either disappear it or so yeah, never do that in games. You're gonna crash. So you know, I can make an avatar. I can go in VR chat and make everyone crash. Just wait. How much we can have? 70,000. Oh, let's make a 35,000 layer.
Oh my god. That's crazy, bro.
So that's
so
why
cool.
size matter. You know, size matter.
Because it's rendering all
and
of them
don't tell
one
me
time
depend what you
on
do
the
with
single
it. No,
plane.
size matter.
Cool. Wow, bro.
So
that's really very
yeah. So
fascinating.
look, that was a mathematical way of seeing it. I'm gonna crash my PC if I keep this open. So imagine now a real case. So I have this house that have a lot of planes in front of each other. Oh, there's a way of seeing it in Unity. You have overlap.
Going back to like manifolds, right? Manifolds.
No, there's no link in this and manifold.
Yeah, I mean, but think about it. Like, if an object isn't a manifold, then you're rendering things the same way.
Here.
Cool.
You see here?
How'd you do this?
Overdraw. That's what I was explaining. This is a heat map of the number of planes in front of each other. So you see the trees are very heavy compared to the house that's quite light, in fact, finally. And sometimes, do you remember the portal that Artific made?
Yeah.
So when we were close to it, we were lagging because there were just too much particle in front of each other, and it was looking like this. So see, if I'm looking at at one tree behind the other, it's even worse. You see?
So, but like, why? Like, I still like what it's rendering. Okay, I understand with the books and like the pages and the plane. With like
remember that a game is rendered one triangle at a time. You see?
Yeah.
And imagine you have a desk, okay, and you put one triangle at a time on the top of the desk. So the complexity of the game is the number of times this same area is rendered, you know, on all the screen. If you have to render all the screen once, it's fast. If you have to render all the screen 8,000 times, it's 8,000 times.
Oh, more. Right. Yeah, it's every
of course,
frame.
it depends, and this is multiplied by the complexity of the shader. If the shader is very simple, maybe for example a tree. If you have a complex shader on the leaves, it's even worse. But if you have a very simple shader on leaves, it can be heavy, but a little less heavy. You know?
It's fascinating, bro.
So, what my point is, I made this house to make sure I don't have hidden face. See, it's completely invisible when I remove I don't have hidden face, or very small. You see this is hidden face here, but it's small, so it doesn't matter. This is for covering the cracks. I could have just done manifold walls that you connect together like in Sims, but I was trying to do something efficient for fun. Even my floor, look, even my floor is don't have hidden face. Or my pillars. Look,
Yeah, that's
no hidden
beautiful,
face.
bro.
I do this for the cracks because I don't want to. I mean, it's ugly cracks. We don't need to see cracks. Only on people. So the transition is very smooth between the two parts. You don't even see it. Do you see?
Yeah,
That was very hard to do, by the way. Very hard.
amazing, bro.
So here the stairs, yeah, there is hidden face on between each steps. It's not that bad. I mean, it's like at worst, it's twice the surface. Not so bad, but yeah. But think about it. You remember when Artific did this kind of horror house, right?
Hover house?
Horror, you know.
Or
Scary.
horror house? Yeah,
Horror
yeah,
house,
yeah.
yeah. His house had occlusion baked. It means that the house had a map to tell each part of it disappear when you are not seen, when you
Yeah.
are behind others.
Yeah.
So but if you think if you did not had it, think about it. There were so many rooms behind the others. That's a lot of render in front of the others, right?
Yeah.
So the insides, if you think that inside can be heavy very fast. Outside is normally not that heavy, but inside is super. I mean, outside have different. It's all different, you know. So
Did you figure out why
the point is you can make an inside game super fast because you will never see more than one room, you see, if you do it correctly. And it can be 1 kilometer. Imagine a building that's 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer with 1 million rooms, but you have a very good hiding system. You won't render things that you don't see. But sadly, we do dynamic loading. OMG and EWU, we do dynamic loading, so we cannot bake the occlusion system. So we have to deal with different ways. There is the GDOC that Somnium use, that we use too. That's by default there, but personally I disable it because it just makes random stuff disappear. It's not very fun.
you figure out why I kept on falling to like hell for
I'm
like
not sure.
nothing?
I'm not sure.
It was just me, bro. Like, what the hell?
I'm not sure. Oh my god, that was yeah. So yeah, that's about the rules of rendering.
Amazing, bro.
So that's
Thank
what
you
I'm
so
doing
much.
every day to try to make the more beautiful with the less resources used.
Greatest wow possible.
Yeah, the
Amazing.
greatest wow for the less bow.
Yeah.
0, 10, 10. Where's my?
Cool.
Okay.
You doing anything interesting?
Right now I force myself to enter in debug mode because creating 5 features that don't work, there's no point of this. I think so.
Godspeed, bro.
Yeah, and I'm
hope
writing
I'll see
docs
you
too. Working on docs.
On dogs?
Not the animal, not docs. The documentation.
Ducks? Oh, documentation. Yeah,
Quack.
great, man.
Quack quack.
Quack, quack,
Duck.
quack, quack. Duck, duck, go. Bro, duck,
Love
duck, go
Duck,
is
Duck,
like,
Go.
man, I used to like it, but I don't trust it anymore. I don't trust it. It's the same as Google. I'm telling you.
Randy, I mean, that's. I mean,
Can't-
I guess
Can't find
that
it.
you know that's always a bet. When you follow any project, person, or companies, you always bet that they are good.
Yeah, that they won't, you know.
You can never know that someone is 100% good, or a project,
Yeah.
or yeah, that's life. It's betting. Everything is a bet. What I was trying to see my floating island.
Okay, gonna be AFK. Just
Away
a minute.
from
I'll be
kitchen.
right back.
PFK.
All arranging for killing. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I should just let you go. Oh, Winston. 1 second, I'm reading something. What are you showing me, Wilson? You mute if you were trying to talk. the GLP. I don't know. I'm willing to. I'm not sure. Okay. 1, 2, 3. It's been 1.5 hours. I can continue. I can show you in Credit World for the rest of the stream. It's gonna be lighter than talking about technical stuff. So remember, the more wow for the less pow.
More wow for the less pow. Preach, baby.
That's efficiency. I'm very far
Yes.
from most of the games, but I'm learning every day. I mean, VR is another thing, right?
Yeah.
Everything is so heavy. So, but we can go there. We can go there.
Yes.
We already did. I love that thing. That was a nice wow, less pow.
Like what?
I mean, your team. You have done so many nice things that was quite impressing and not
Thank
too
you,
heavy.
bro. Yeah, thanks, man. That means a lot coming from you.
Yeah. You know, what we both need to do is implement scene loading.
Yeah.
Because with scene loading, you can bake light. You
Yeah,
can
nav
bake
mesh.
because when we talk about WoW, baking light is a nice WoW for not too much power.
Yep.
And if people just join us, it must be what the fuck is POW and WoW. So what I was saying is yeah, but two things: baking lights, shadow, and baking ambient baking occlusion. So for adding stuff, we both need to implement this. It's like mandatory.
Is it hard?
What?
Is it hard?
I have no clue. I think it's very simple. I learned recently there's one rule in Unity. You can only load one scene when the game starts, but you can load more by script. So it should be fine. I'm working on this feature here that mute everyone.
Oh yeah, that's what.
This mute everyone when they touch it, so I have to work on it.
Oh wow, the incredible market.
I had to cheat to make it work. That's very sad. So there's a delay of 1 second or half a second for local, but at least you see yourself when you talk or when you have music. You see yourself. Test. Yeah, you see there's a delay. I could not take the microphone information without destroying the microphone.
Really?
Yeah, I had some problems. So what I had to do
is
I had to enable a debug mode on Photon Voice. Oh, it's gone. Look, when I press F, it opened.
Yeah, that's beautiful, bro.
Graphic.
I saw that the other day. I was like running through it.
My house is there. But you already saw it. I love that door.
Bro,
it's so funny.
I love how he opens. He's like, welcome home.
I can show you an add-on I bought the other day. I even emailed them and they reduced the Unity version requirement.
What? How do you do that, bro? What do you send them?
I'm like, hi, I'm an investor, very rich, and I would like to buy your asset like 1,000 times if possible. No, I'm joking. I don't know. I did not do that. So let's have fun with the asset I just bought. It's very fun. So
Let's do it.
It's for creating basic basic colliders. So
cool. Are you serious?
Yes.
What's this asset called? Whoa. That's like it's like godsend,
it's
bro.
fine. I'm starting to learn it and it's very nice. You don't no script needed. Let's see. It's this one. AZ Collider Editor. It costs $30. There's other, but I think it's the cheapest one. So it's made for creating, yeah, like if you don't want mesh collider, you can use basic shapes and kind of. I'm gonna show you your way to understand. So let's say I want collider on this lab. So first of all, I will use the AZ Collider editor. Okay, so there's a window somewhere. AZ Collider editor. Where are you?
There it is.
There.
Up
Okay,
there.
it's there. Okay, so you can put it there, whatever. I think
Cool.
It was nice. Good. So, first of all, it adds some script here that's gonna be deleted later, so don't get scared. First of all, I need to select a basic shape. For example, here we don't need too much complexity. So box or rotated box is good. We could also use a capsule. Yeah, let's go with that. So I first select corners. So that doesn't really need to be super precise, right? The more basic is the shape, the more fast will be the system. Good. So you see, a simple capsule for this. And let's imagine I want something more complex. So I could use number 7, convex mesh. I think he can do multiple convex mesh. Yeah, he can do multiple convex mesh. That's interesting too. You see? So it can generate a lowest resolution convex mesh if you really want a convex mesh. Because with convex mesh, by the way, you can only, the collider can only be convex mesh, if I remember. So any mesh collider won't work, I think, if it's a collider. Not 100% sure. There's some rules like this. So like that, can continue forever. So imagine I want this to be applied. I click there, applied. So now I want to add another one. So I don't know. Cylinder collider. What's this? Cylinder. Not know. Ah, that's a fake cylinder. Got it. It's a cylinder made of. Oh no, it's just a mesh collider. I can change it. Box. The idea is to the idea is to add multiple shape, basic shape, to represent your object. You see what I mean? So
amazing.
Because seriously, putting box collider manually, it's very painful.
Yeah.
And if you want something more complex, like the example they showed here with the other, this one here, I'm pretty sure this one is good too. So this one is a ship, and they subdivide it into multiple convex object. Multiple convex, one time this shape, you see? So you can have, look here. On the right here, you have convex, and on the left, you have multiple convex, like approximating. I think it's good for physics. If you want an example, I made my table like this. Okay, I need to remove this now. Good. Whoa, look like a Chinese thing. That's fine. My table is made like this. No, this one. Yes, this one I've made like this. And I only had to make one. I had to make only one the legs, and there's a tool here to make like mirrors and things, rotated and stuff. So now this object is 5 colliders instead of 5 very basic colliders instead of 1 mesh. You see?
Yeah.
My floor is 2. My walls. This one is 3 collider. Oh, this one needs to be correct. Whatever. This one is 3 colliders. This one.
A question, Tenebro. If I have colliders, box colliders, right, and they're intersecting, they're colliding with each other, that impacts performance, right?
Repeat the question.
like let's say I have a mesh collider and another mesh collider, and I'm building my world, and I stick these two things together, and they're colliding with each other.
Okay.
Does that take up performance?
If you have two mesh collider that touch each other, no, because okay, collision happen when a dynamic object touch one or more static object. It's like it's not an infinite dimension of everything touch everything. So it's so imagine I have multiple colliders.
Like, remember when I had like a bunch of mesh colliders in that dispensary place, and then we'd stand in it, and then you get like crazy lag.
Okay, I can explain. So collision is very expensive, like very, very, very. But normally when you have a dynamic object, rigid body, here you have sleep state, awake or sleep. Okay, you see?
Yeah.
So normally as a dynamic object that is sleeping have no process. You see, it's sleeping. There's no real GPU usage. So you could have hundreds of them. It's fine. But if an object is stuck somewhere, it's gonna shake forever. You see? See, so if it never go asleep, it's gonna lag because it's.
Oh.
So you should never have collider that never go to sleep. You could even force him to stay awake all the time. That's not very good. Or for example, NPCs are colliders that always alive. But that's why you use a basic shape like this, a cylinder, as a thingy. You see, and you have to avoid them as much as possible. Mesh collider. For terrain, I guess that's fine. You need to at some point, but as much as possible, you need to avoid. Because I'm not sure how it works. There is a lot of tricks in the collision system to save performance. So, for example, if you are here and the wall is there, it's not trying to collide with it. It's just gonna collide with things around him. But if there's a lot of things around you, you may are testing a lot of objects if they are colliding. It's very hard to make you do your best, but it's hard to imagine how heavy with something be. So as much as possible, we try to avoid mesh collision because it's just heavy, heavier than. Because the reason why we use basic shape is because mathematically, basic shape are very easy to detect collision. Sphere, square, and I think no, it's do we have sphere? Yeah, sphere, square, and I don't remember, cylinder, no, capsule. Those are the three basic shapes. They mathematically are simple to do collision. For anything else, it's gonna be a mesh collision. So every triangle is gonna be tested independently. So that's a different algorithm. You see what I mean? So as much as possible, we use basic shape. It's gonna be simpler to compute. Even if you have a terrain, sorry, not a terrain. If you have anything that's not a terrain, you could, I don't know, you could use shape. And I think convex objects are easier to compute too, like this chair. This chair is convex, for example. I think it's simpler to compute. I mean, there is less polygons, of course, because it have been simplified. I could have used this system here to make it even simpler. 2 square plus the legs, or just 1 cube for the whole thing. I think you got the idea.
Yeah, this is amazing, bro. Thank you so much.
For example, someone in Incrediword made a shell. Is it that? The thing you put books on it, right?
Shelf.
A shelf, and he put object inside it that was bigger than the size of the shelf oats.
Yeah.
I really look like a dumb. So the object was, since it was two perfect plane with an object squeezing in the inside it, it was never going on the side, so it was shaking up and down, and there was few objects like this. So because of that, it was lagging. And if I'm correct, a faster object will test more collision, because imagine if an object go fast, imagine an object go at this speed. You won't try to collide with something at 1 kilometer. You're pretty sure it's gonna collide at very, very close. But if it's shaking very fast, it may try to collide with stuff around, because you don't know where you are going. So you have to predict, prediction system. So I think you should never have something squeezed somewhere. And even worse, you remember when I spawned a lot of balls on top of each other? That was crazy expensive. And collision is, remember, collision is compute on the CPU.
Yeah.
We don't have physics yet, at least not in Somnium. And I think physics don't work in AMD graphic card, so it's gonna be CPU too. Yeah, it's like the dynamic bounds. It's the same. Dynamic bounds are all done on CPU.
Oh.
So yeah, remember what I said? It's always about tricks.
Yeah. More wow for less pow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to cheat. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So you make simpler object for the collision part. Sometimes you see something very complex. Wow, it's so complex. Imagine the collision. No, it's a box. Like this. I could just put that box. Or I could put nothing too. I don't need to collide it to everything. I mean, it depends if I want it to be more realistic or whatever. Sorry. So, as I always say, we are in VR. We need to compromise. It's VR. So maybe your word is simple, but you put more energy on what's close to you. That's what I decided in Inquiry Word. I prefer letting people having the process power, and the words keep simple. So no grass, no trees, stuff like this. Yeah. This avatar is compressed. There's artifact. There's compression artifact on it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about mesh compression. I think I hear that it's not necessarily less heavy. It may be heavier, in fact, to compress mesh.
Yeah.
As I hear, compressing mesh is just for it to be smaller in size of space. Oh, you see this box here? Do you know what it is?
I see it. I don't know what it is.
This is called a bounding box.
Bounding box.
If the box is outside of the view, the avatar is disabled. It's
cool.
I mean, this is the basic occlusion system. What is not in your camera view is disabled. Sometimes there's problems and the bounding box is not at the avatar place.
Well, how do I make a bounding box?
Sorry?
It's
automatic. It's automatic. Normally it's automatic, but there's some bugs in Unity. Did you ever saw someone disappear or someone's hair disappear for no reason?
Someone's hair disappear?
Yes.
Yeah, I have
it's for this reason. Sometimes object is moved or scaled wrongly, and then the bounding box is somewhere different. So when the bounding box skip the view, the object disappear. Yeah, so you always need to make sure your bounding box is correct. I think it appears when you select the mesh renderer.
Yeah. Cool.
This is
awesome,
valid.
Bro.
So sometimes when you have a shader that inflate the object, it's the same problem because the bounding box it's at the original place. Like when I made the big ball in the sky, if you remember.
Yeah, that was so cool, bro.
When you look in the sky, it was disappearing because you were not seeing the bounding box anymore.
Cool.
So I guess that's the end of Technical Sunday.
Yeah, this was amazing.
Oh yeah,
Thank
we
you
have
so
the
Creators Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go rest before that.
Yeah, rest up, bro. Come.
Thanks for the one person on Twitter watching, or 0. YouTube,
Thank you,
2%.
Twitter. Thank
And,
you, guys.
Twitch 2% too. Yay! We have 4 watchers
Hey.
that probably include me twice. So 2%. So thank you for
Thanks,
watching. I'm thinking about rethinking this whole stream. It's very technical, but maybe I don't know.
I think a series with a project and like,
Because you know, we all have limited amount of free time.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
We have to invest it correctly. So I'm thinking maybe I should rethink all this and be more like this entertainment, you know, and maximum 30 minutes or 1 hour.
Yeah, why don't you just do a stream for an hour instead of doing it on a Sunday? Do it when people maybe
I think
like
I'm gonna do
on
it
a Tuesday.
Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Of course, maybe at 2 or 3 p.m. Not something like this.
Yeah, don't stress yourself out though.
Or maybe after
Amazing.
meetup. That's good. Yeah, after meetup, that could be good.
Yeah.
People are free time late. Oh wait, yet, but you know what? I should make one at 3, one at 5, because different ocean, you know, different country.
I mean,
at 3 for people on the east.
Yeah.
And,
Good point.
at 5 for people on the west.
Very smart. Yeah, that's great, bro.
We have to. We are on. We live on a sphere. At least that's what they say.
Supposedly.
One day we will need to have night or very early events, because people in Japan, in Australia, and in Asia are 12 hours after
One
us,
day
so.
we won't, like, it'll just happen. There'll be events happening. And
yeah, but we should think about doing it early in the morning one day.
Yeah.
You woke up, hello everyone, good night. Good night on the east.
Hey, Sessions here. What's up, man?
Sessions. Oh, it's your speech in 1 hour session.
Are you ready?
Anyway, I guess it's just here for oh, by the way, this is the free space, 12.5 meters.
Wow, this is what you get for free. This is really amazing, bro.
Yeah, and then I think the price are here. And enable this, and then you see the price. Free, and this one is $10, I think. Not remember. Just an example. And
wow, yeah, cool.
25. Just an example. It's just for an example for no 35. Oh no, 25, 35.
Oh my god, bro! I didn't realize it. It's huge.
And then 1 kilometer big is something around that, I guess. And what I want to do soon is asset size, maximum asset size. 100 megabytes too big, so I want to force people to use multiple assets. So I don't know. I'm gonna find a solution, because it's hard to load something without lag, and it's also long to download. Anyway, so thanks for watching. I'm gonna close the stream right now. Creators found in 1 hour if you want to check on stream or whatever else. And thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thanks, everyone. See you.